I'm the champion, feel the rush, the crowd goes wild.
Obviously, obviously, yeah, obviously. Obviously, yeah, obviously. Tell them, obviously. I know these niggas don't want me to win, but I'm sorry, G. I know they thought I wouldn't come back and pose on them hoes, but nigga, it's time to eat. I got a vendetta. Any one of you niggas, I been better. Got them gritting their teeth without gritting at them. Took a second away from the table, it's time to feast. Heard they was mumbling, talking up under their breath. That nigga a hoe, he soft. That nigga lame. That nigga bitch, he puss. I stood on business, that's law. I had them running that boots and tucking their tail and scared to put me on a song. I had them cuffing they bitch and thinking I hit. Shit, boy, what you on? Couple years off, and I'm back in this motherfucker, nigga. Do somebody, then fuck your recognition. You don't like I'm spitting, nigga, better shoot somebody. The game and full of clowns, I don't believe you sucker niggas. Better leave me be okay. Niggas better watch their speech, okay. You better than me, no way, Jose. I could be cutthroat and I'm all out, but I let them get paid for a minute. Let them look gang for a minute, but really they hate cause I never look lame for an image. Never be fake, I'm a realist, I'm solid. I went out and got it, I promise I'm with it. Want me to switch up and get soft on so you can make it, I promise I get it. I know some secrets I never tell, but most of you rap niggas got bitch ways. Quick to tell on you, get jammed down, couldn't sit down 5-6 days. Put him and him in a crossway, but a gang member on display. That's the same nigga with an AK on the block yelling out gunplay. That's the same nigga with a trap house and he been through it so he no pain. Look in the face of a realer, laws come questioning me, I don't know names. Bitch, I really come from the trenches. Kathleen crashed out like road rage. Bitch, I snapped that and got life in the pen cause most of you niggas got hoe ways. Man, see, most of these niggas got hoe ways. A lot of these niggas be out here faking and fucking on these motherfucking tracks, talking that gangster shit. You too young to be done been through something, young nigga. You too young to be done been through something, nigga. Don't tell me about what you done been through, nigga. You ain't never stood over nothing. Nigga, you don't have nightmares at night, nigga. This shit sound good on the track. Now you got the other niggas out here crashing out cause they think you been through it and you they favorite rapper. Sit down somewhere, nigga. That shit lame.
The wind hums low, a hollow refrain through cracked window panes. It calls my name. The clock ticks slow. Its echo stays. Each moment drags, then slips away. Blue, blue curtains are hiding all my pain. Blue, blue curtains are dancing in the rain. Blue, blue curtains keep the shine far away. Blue, blue curtains won't let me escape. The walls close in, shadows stretch along. Night wears a mask where dreams don't belong. A bird once sang, now silent it lies. The sky holds no stars, just clouded sighs. The pain's a prison, the glass cuts deep, eyes wide open, yet I can't sleep. Blue, blue curtains are hiding all my pain. Blue, blue curtains are dancing in the rain. Blue, blue curtains keep the shine far away. Blue, blue curtains won't let me escape. Oh, if I could tear them down, let the light pour through. but they hang like chains, stitched with sorrow's hue. Every fold whispers secrets I can't erase. Every thread pulls tighter, leaving no space.
Shout out to everybody on here from that 214 to around the states to across the pond. Salute. You and them rocking with your guy, RFD, Ray from Dallas, and I appreciate everybody that's in the building, you understand me? Shout out to Misty Lake, the other Mary B, Helen Keller, Melissa, the Grammy, who else? Jordan. Shout out to all you beautiful people and everybody who gonna come on here. Salute, salute, salute. And salute to everybody who be on the playback. Gang. Just know I appreciate it. And NIMS. All right? I appreciate that. And NIMS. All right? So, tonight, 34 Fairview cover-up. The questions nobody answered. Let's take this walk. Man, salute to Turtle Boy and Karen Reed, right? Yeah, for sure. Y'all see that shirt they got on? Yeah, Mr. I'm on that. Yeah, Mary, you know how we coming. Y'all see that hoodie they got on, stand on business, right? And that's exactly what they did. That's exactly what they did throughout this 4 years, right? Or almost. It's stand on business. They stood on business going against a mountain of corruption. They didn't look to the left, look to the right. They looked forward and they ran to it. Shout out to Misty Lay in the building. Hello, beautiful people. They stand on business. They in what they going through, they seeking, they conquering, and they destroying by standing on business. And they're gonna go down in history, right? Karen Reed, with what horrific situation she was put through. And the GOAT having elephant nuts and knocking it down, right? Because they stood on business, and that's what this is basically about. If we're gonna be honest, right? That's what this is about. That's what this is about. If you look at the entire situation of this, that's what this is about. Because it all started as a tribe as a community. Everybody was together, right? Misty Life, I don't remember. I'm sorry. Shout out to the Ultra Manga Dog. I'm sorry, Misty Lay. I'm sorry. Okay. Right? They stood on business, right? And this whole community stood on business, the real ones. Right? But it was all a tribal community. Everybody was gathered here today to look at corruption and injustice and to walk it down. Hello, Emma from Hawaii. Long time no see. Love y'all. I'm glad to see y'all early. I'm happy to see y'all. Right? We all as a community, but them two is the leading character, with Turtle Boy being the lead, right? This tribe, this community, we was all gathered here today. We all looked at the corruption and the injustice, and we walked it down. Right? And Turtle Boy was the MVP, the most valuable player. This clear cut, no debate. Then you got the rest of this community with all us in the hold and the other big dogs with the OG, Melanie Little, right? And the other top dogs who doing their thing, right? Tribe was all together, right? I'm not sure, Emma. This tribe was all together. Everybody was seeking for the right thing. And guess what? The right thing was done and it was justified. It may took 2 trials. But the GOAT and his elephant nuts, he was with the program and he ran through it and didn't stop. Everybody on YouTube who was delivering the message, they didn't stop. Right? Everybody who was out there wearing pink shirts, showing up every day and showing out, they didn't stop. And we walked it down. Wasn't that the issue? Wasn't that the goal at hand? My people, wasn't that the goal at hand? Right? It was about free Karen Reed, free Turtle Boy. But it was the FKR movement. Then it turned to the FKR and Turtle Boy movement when a 3-time award-winning journalist got arrested at the now famous Bus Stop Live that he do every morning, right? And it turned into Free Turtle Boy as well. With all the trials and tribulations, right, that went on through the trial, the job got done, because guess what? Turtle Boy and everybody else around the world walked it down. Because that was the goal at hand. It's to walk it down. Right? That was the goal. We were supposed to be all for one and one for all, right? That's what we were supposed to be. And as the trial was over, right, walked it down, celebrating, clapping our hands, stomping our feet, shouting for joy. There's some other stuff, there's some other stuff, there's some other stuff, there's some other stuff. But it was always some other stuff throughout the entire process. When it came to the goals, right? Like you talking about a guy who had to go through a category, the worstest category storm that you could think of, and still walking it down and walked it down and still walking it down now. If you ain't looking at him with humility and all respect, then what is you doing? Shout out to the General MC in the building. If you don't respect him and have humility of everything he went through, the trials and tribulations, and how he walked it down, then what is you doing? Because that's what this is turning into, right? Because it's clear to me, right? For a lot of us, it was all about the goal at hand, right? But for other people who was saying and clapping their hands, stomping their feet like they was with us, the tribe, the movement, the community, they were opportunities, right? They were really jealous, spiteful, had so much envy, angry, right? Yeah. And it's a shame. Because we know why we was all hurt. We know why the GOAT turned up and turned this case all the way up from Massachusetts to all around the states to across the pond, right? And it came clear why we was here, right? 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 See, people think when we give the GOAT credit, they say this is a cup. No. It's about having humility. It's about having respect. It's about looking at that man and being so humble and appreciative of what he did, what he's still doing, and what he's gonna continue to do, and what he's been doing. All right? it turned in from free this to I want to be this. I want to be better than you. I whoop this and that. What is we doing? Because if you seen the video earlier today, this pissed me off. Right? Let me play this again because they tried to make this a big deal.
I mean, they must. But again, what makes me think she didn't intentionally do it is she hit him with the rear of the car. Like, who kills somebody by backing into them? Like, no, you're gonna kill somebody. You're gonna go right. You're gonna hit him going forward. The medical examiner said he had black eyes and other injuries. I wonder if a plow hit him after. Oh, wouldn't that be the fucking worst, man?
That's like possible because if he was wasted, he could have just not felt the cold and passed out. And like,
you would die real quick from the elements, from exposure. If that happened, why were all these people out on that snowstorm? Like, I wasn't going the fuck out that night. That was a horrible snowstorm. Poor guy though. Poor guy. She is the one who called 911. She is the one. I don't know. Let's vote in the comments. Do you guys think, based on what you've read and what I just told you, do you guys think that Karen Reed intentionally killed her boyfriend, John O'Keefe? Vote 1 if yes. Vote 2 if it was a complete accident. What do you guys think? I want to hear what you guys have to say. I think it was an accident. I mean, I'm perfectly honest with you. I think it was an accident. I think she was drunk, which makes it not okay, obviously, but I think it was I don't think she intentionally killed him. That's my... What do you think, Deb? Do you think she intentionally did it?
I don't think she did, but again, I don't know like the ins and outs, but my gut is like she didn't.
It looks like most people are saying 2. Most people are saying 2. The only thing with the plow theory is how would she know exactly where he was? He wasn't that far from the house. I mean, I'd like to see the scene. That's the thing about this. Is like I'd like to see the scene. I mean, how far away was he? I mean, how hard would it really be to find him?
Yeah.
So she definitely tried to cover it up. How'd she try to do that? I didn't know that. I mean, the backup camera. My car doesn't have one of those beep 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 things. Some cars do. I got a 2010 CRV, so I know the new cars all have that. I don't have that.
We have a camera. But it doesn't beep or anything. I mean,
This is what these ignorant, stupid fools try to make a big deal out of something. Which we know going through the trial, her and the experts, that it's just not true. But they tried to make this a big deal as if it was clear cut, no debating or something. Like they didn't like this corrupt town didn't paint this picture. Like you didn't have all these imbeciles under the bottom of this picture pointing their finger at that woman up there who was standing on business. And they act like we're not human. Is we don't think, did somebody do it? Did they do it? Oh, they coming from a bar at this time in the morning. You hear all these stories that get put out. Right? But then you start seeing the information present itself, right? You see that guy right there who stood on business, right? Go out there and do real journalistic work and get down to the nitty gritty. Can I get an amen? What a bunch of assholes. What a bunch of retarded bitches. The absolute audacity and nerve of these stupid, fucking ignorant people, right? To try to make this a story, stop playing with me. Shout out to Hellfish Haven. Shout out to Hippie Chick in the building. I tell you, ignorant motherfuckers, y'all watch y'all stupid ass mind, right? Y'all are some silly, retarded people who sit Indian style 10 hours a day, rocking back and forward on the floor because y'all goofy. Exactly. That video means nothing to me, you stupid, ignorant bitches. Right? When is that not normal, or we don't hear him when he talking about the story, asking us what do we think, or talking about could it be this, could it be that? Because you silly, retarded, goofy people know how the picture was painted. Remember, you have the Boston Globe, you have all these news stations. They didn't do their motherfucking job. Right? And go out there and actually report. They didn't do their job. And go out there and actually report. Right? But you had the GOAT who seen the story, investigated the story, and what he do? He walked it down. Right? Shame on the so-called national media. Right? Shame on y'all. Shame on y'all. Then when he walked it down, then when he made it a news story, then all the national media, they want to come out and play. Well, what is this? So that's what we're doing. This video was a guy who barely knew anything about the story. A dude who was just asking questions. And you had these goofy people, because they're goofy. They live a goofy life. They are miserable. And they are shameless and gutless. They don't care. They like it. They enjoy this. But this made them look so stupid to me, right? But one thing we know about these ignorant people, birds of a feather, they flock together, right? So all of them grew up on Dummy Island, right? All of them did. Karen Reed been free for what? What, 7 months, 8 months? I mean, hold on, since March. So like 4 or 5 months. She been free that long, right? Shout out to the beautiful Grove. She was never late, sweetheart. She been free that long. She free. Remember, y'all, she free. And remember, y'all, no matter what they tell y'all, we know who got her free. We know it. It ain't no certain type of way to feel about that because the truth is the truth. And what that dude was saying to him, you want the truth? He said, you can't handle the truth. And all y'all can handle the truth. Because the truth in reality, it hurts and it's still bugging y'all. Right? And like I say, when I seen this, and I'm so glad that I finally had a chance to respond, it showed me a sign of defeat. This didn't make me feel that way. I'm like, this is embarrassing for them. What is this? What is it? What they trying to show us? What do this supposed to so-called mean? It meant absolutely nothing. But these goofy, retarded people, they really believed in their head if they had something. Can you imagine? They put this out like a gotcha moment or something. Only thing y'all got was nuts all in your mouth. And y'all look ignorant, stupid, goofy, retarded, and lame. Right? Because that's how y'all was raised. That's how y'all was raised. Right? To have that bitchness in you, right? To be a sorry, jealous person, right? That's what this is. And they at the point of no return. These bitches ready to put out anything. Boy, I could just imagine seeing them huddle up like the roaches they are, thinking they had them one. When Karen Reed is free, you dumb, ignorant, goofy motherfuckers, when we know what the GOAT did. You're bottom of the barrel. When we know what the GOAT did. We know the work he put in. It's documented. You stupid motherfuckers, man. I ask myself, what is it with these goofy people? What is it with them? I know what it is. It's them, right? It's them. And let me show y'all this right here. It's them. And we got some examples. First clip.
He doesn't always come as hate. Sometimes it comes disguised as curiosity. It smiles. It asks questions. It sounds interested, sometimes even supportive. But if you listen closely, The questions feel a little off, a little too pointed, like they're not just trying to understand your life, they're trying to measure themselves against it.
They're not just trying to understand your life, they're trying to measure themselves, right? That's what this is, right? It's a disguise. They ask them questions, right? They try to be down, try to be cool, right? But their intentions ain't to be cool. Their intentions is to be bitch made. Let's continue.
Here are 5 questions jealous people tend to ask and what's really behind them. 1. How did you even get that? It might be about a job, an opportunity, money, recognition, anything you've earned. On the surface, it sounds like interest, but the tone usually carries disbelief. Not sincere, that's amazing. More like skeptical. How did you manage that? What's underneath it? They're struggling to connect your success with their idea of you. It creates a kind of internal friction, because if you can achieve it, they have to confront why they haven't. Their tendency? They downplay effort. They look for shortcuts, luck, or outside help to explain your win. 2.
And that's what's happening with the GOAT. They downplay what he did, the haters, right? They downplay it. They want to know, how did you do that? They can't believe that because they feel like they should have been the one who did it or who was more deserving. That's what these ignorant, goofy, pathetic people think, who got elephant nuts all in their mouth. They look at the GOAT and say, how did you do it? Why wasn't it me? They see the popularity, the fame. They even saying, oh, why is he getting turtle checks? Why has he got this list up? What the fuck is y'all worried about? And I'm going to tell you why. Because he fucking want to. Shout out to the beautiful, pretty Cooper. And he can. And he got people around this world who support him, who got humility for what he did, who respect him to the capital T of how he fought and still fighting for injustice and corruption. He walked it down. That's the difference. Let's go listen to this clip.
2. Are you sure it's that good? You share something you're excited about, a new place, a plan, a goal, something you're proud of. Instead of matching your energy, they question it. Not aggressively, just enough to dim it. What's underneath it? If your experience really is that good, it highlights what they feel they're lacking. So they poke at it, hoping to make it feel smaller, more manageable. Their tendency? They subtly deflate excitement. Not enough to be called out, but enough to shift the mood. 3.
Exactly. That's what I was going to get to. How he get that house. They mad because he got his new Lexus. They mad because of the Wilbur. They mad because he had his whore tour. They mad because he is a hot commodity. Two words: hard work, dedication. That's why he got it. But what they don't talk about is how He got that and still had to pay $1 million in lawyer fees and counting. I ain't talking about that though. You know why? Because they say, how is he doing that? How is he able to get all this money raised up? His lawyer fees is $1 million almost. He got him a new house, got the nice Lexus, and all this other stuff, right? They in shock and disbelief. Because they wish it was them. And Mary B still doesn't bend, break, or fold. Facts. Because they in disbelief because it ain't them. I laugh at these people when I seen this video get put out when Karen Reed been free for months. When this video is early in the stage where you're asking questions. You know the real story, you can tell. We know Turtle Boy when he dropping his story and he bringing it to us. We know that guy. This is a guy right here who is talking to his audience and going over it because it was a story. We didn't know that it was going to get that big, but guess what? He turned it up and got it that big. And what did he do, y'all? He walked it down. Big facts. All right? They don't like that. Let's go to the next clip.
The mood. 3. Who helped you? Again, it sounds harmless, but it quietly suggests you didn't do it alone, or maybe couldn't have. What's underneath it? A need to redistribute credit. If someone else helped you, then your success feels less threatening. Their tendency? They rarely acknowledge wins at face value. There's always an external factor. Connections, timing.
Who helped you? That's what they want to know. His hard work and dedication is what helped him. His outstanding journalism reporting is what helped him. He spreaded this movement from where he at to around the states to across the pond from his work. That's what helped him. But that's what the jealous, hateful, and envy people do. How did you do this? Like Mary B said, he built different. And that's the truth. Signed, sealed, and delivered. People who saying how and shocked, y'all not built like that. That's why y'all shocked. That's why y'all saying how. Karen Reed is free. He went into the jungle with the species that was could take you out. Boom. But what did he do? He weaved through that shit, through everything. All right? Stop playing. Y'all hating ass. Let's keep going.
4. Do you think that's going to last? This one hits differently. You're finally in a good place. Things are working out. And instead of encouragement, you get doubt. Framed as concern, delivered as realism. What's underneath it? They're more comfortable with you struggling than thriving. Your stability makes them confront their own instability. Their tendency? They anticipate your downfall. Not always consciously, but they brace for it. Sometimes even expect it.
Right? And ain't that what's been going on? Look, this is the truth. Just 30 seconds.
4. Do you think that's going to last? This one hits differently. You're finally in a good place. Things are working out. And instead of encouragement, you get doubt. Framed as concern, delivered as realism. What's underneath it? They're more comfortable with you struggling than...
Do they think this is going to work? See what these people thought. They thought that what he did in the GOAT wasn't going to stand out and expand and keep growing and growing and growing his great work that he doing. They wrong. Because he keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Good night, Mary B. Thank you for being here. Love you to death. They thought it was going to be over with after this trial. Ooh. And they all in shock and disbelief because the GOAT keep growing and growing and growing, right? You have to understand when the GOAT talk, he said he been waiting for that story. And when you in any line of work, you wait for that opportunity in that moment. And you rise to the occasion. And what the GOAT do? He walked it down. He had great other stories. His popularity was up there. Like he said, he had 50,000 subscribers before he went to jail. So he was definitely on his way because of his hard work and dedication. But he always said, and that's just the truth in anything you do, you always looking for that big opportunity. And in this case, his big opportunity is getting a story, breaking it like a real journalist do, and bringing it to not only to where it had noise in that area, but it's noise all around the world. And he did that. And he walked it down through everything. Like Mary B said earlier, he built different. That's just the truth, right? You know, a lot of people out here could say they tough, but you got to be a tough motherfucker to do what he did and what he's still doing with everything that was against him. That's a tough motherfucker right there. That's gangster right there. That's the heart of a motherfucking lion right there. That's a dude who was determined and wasn't gonna stop because he seen the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. And he didn't stop. He was relentlessly walking it down. And he did that. Do everything. Check this clip out.
5. Why do you get all the attention? This might come as a joke, a half laugh, a comment in passing, but jokes have roots. What's underneath it? Comparison, visibility, feeling overlooked. They're not just noticing that you're being recognized, they're feeling the absence of that recognition in their own life. Their tendency? They keep score. Who gets noticed, who gets praised, who gets opportunities, even if they never say it out loud. Jealousy in friendships doesn't always break things loudly. Sometimes it erodes them quietly, through small questions, subtle doubt, backhanded curiosity. And the hardest part? It doesn't always come from people who dislike you. Sometimes it comes from people who are close enough to compare. Because envy isn't always about wanting what you have, it's about struggling with why they don't.
100%. One more time.
5. Why do you get all the attention? This might come as a joke, a half laugh, a comment in passing, but
Why do he get all the attention? Are you fucking stupid? You goofy, retarded motherfuckers. Why do he get all the attention? You tell me why, stupid? Or is it just fucking retarded? Your brain a fucking pea. It's because it's hard work and dedication and what the fuck he's still doing. People recognize that shit. Oh, they thought it was over. Bitches got a slap of reality. It's only getting bigger and better. Right? I said, you see that right there, 34 Fairview. The real corruption. You see the arrows pointed at all them bitches down there, right? Because it's clear cut, no debating. In 2 trials, it was no reasonable doubt. I mean, it was the jury couldn't convict her. And like Turtle Boy said, they'll never convict her. Right? Right? Is that what he said? And that's what happened. So they ask themselves, they be confused. They like, what's the difference between me and you? They be talking about the GOAT though. They be asking themselves, what's the difference between me and you? Me is them and you is the GOAT. They be asking themselves that. It's called because you ain't him. Right? The story was out there. People didn't have the, elephant nuts, the heart, the drive to bring this to the light and make it shine bright all over the world. He did. He did, and he did it in a ferocious, legal way. Because ain't nothing he did was illegal. He did it in a ferocious, legal way, and he walked it down, and you motherfuckers did it. While being under constant attack, right? appreciate it. Like, and see, look, you can't never understand or know what's gonna happen. Like, we didn't know what was gonna happen until it got brought to our attention. But it was a bunch of people out there, right? Well, Alan Jackson told y'all, do y'all do this, do that. Taylor boy, he heard it. The tickle went off in his head. And he was like a journalist on fire. For the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, and to walk it down. And he did that. And it's over with, all right? It's crystal clear. We know it was proven that Karen Reed had nothing to do with that. But see, this is where the TBDS come in, right? All right? This is where this come in. We'll come back to that picture. But this is where, and I had this up earlier, but this is where this come in. TBDS is a hell of a disorder for these folks, right? Because you have to be, like the most stupidest motherfucker on earth to think she had anything to do with it, right? Unless you were trying to frame her. Right? And now I'm seeing people saying, oh, now she did it. People who was riding, right? But then they turned into pussycats, right? They turned into pussycats. And we all seen that with our own eyes, right? Because they were mad that they wasn't that guy. They were mad, and I know this is so crazy because his name is Turtle Boy, right? You know the turtle won a race, right? Y'all know that, right? People want to be on another level. Like the GOAT. They thought that, they was going to be him. But the opportunity was there for all these people. Everybody around the world, because this was national news. See, this is one of them type of stories, you can go camp out at because it's huge from wherever you at. It's just like, it's a lot of people who was close, who didn't do what he did, right? But you know what they always say, you get the most hate in your city that you from, and that's just the truth, right? That's just the truth. You get the most hate in your city, right? But because they don't want to see that they can't believe it that that's not them doing it because of their goofy way of thinking. When they had all the opportunity, the mean and the motive to put in hard work, just like the GOAT did. But we understand he was a real journalist. But so that's the difference. But even though people could have still put in work, right? Because there's not special, this work he did, he was putting out the blueprint. He was putting out the blueprint. He was showing you things he was doing. he was giving all the information that he could, right, report. He threw all the bones. People just didn't catch it because they thought they was special or something. Or people just didn't do it because they was hateful and envy. Because they seen that he was getting to it. And they see that it was growing and growing and growing and growing. Whew. The sourness of the taste that these special, goofy people had in their mouth. This is the thing right here. Nobody won holding a GOAT hand. Right? And people out here expected their hands to get holded by the GOAT. Like they going for a skip in the park or something. No. You got the blueprint, lace your own boots and get to work. All right? Well, let's get back right here. Because this is what this is about. This was all about free Karen Reed, because we know that she was totally innocent. And to know that she was totally innocent and it wasn't her, them arrows that's pointing at the bottom, most of them was all in the house. Because like Alan Jackson said, don't go with what the basically the lies the prosecutors are trying to feed you. The science tell us it's different. That's not what happened. So my point, they play a fucking clip of the GOAT just sparingly talking about the case that's he not even investigated, something that we all would think. Because if any big case go on, right? If somebody get killed, you're gonna be thinking, oh, did the spouse do it? Or they drinking? Yeah, they were drinking when she drunk. She got convicted of being drunk. Could it have been manslaughter? Or that, yeah, it could have been. It could have been all those scenarios until we got the information. Until the GOAT spread it this shit with his hard work and dedication. When he found out the facts, but you always question stuff. These motherfuckers act like they perfect or something, like they don't question shit. These are the same motherfuckers who were saying that she was innocent. Now you got these same ignorant, retarded people saying she's guilty. I can't make this up. I can't make this up. These just are a bunch of disgruntled people, right? A bunch of disgruntled people who reached for that bullshit. When she is free. And that was just questions. We didn't know. And that's the best shit they get. After the fact, with no investigation by the GOAT yet. That's diabolical. That show you what type of sickness of the turtle boy derangement syndrome that these goofy motherfuckers got. That show you that. Because it's still a black freaking cloud in the sky. Because these people down here are involved in what happened with John O'Keefe. It wasn't Karen Reed. What Alan Jackson say? The science tell you that. Not these bullshit lies, this cover up that they try to do. The science. That's how you know what type of hatred that these roaches and these insects have for turtle boy. What about John O'Keefe? You fucking insect roaches? What about these people down here who we seen clearly freaking lie and do the most? What about them? Y'all talking about turtle boy? So we see what this is. This ain't, they don't care about finding what really happened to John O'Keefe. That's what it's showing. They jealous, hatred, and envy of this guy who stand on business, right? who they jealous of, mad at, for who the fuck gives a fuck about your feelings, you stupid idiots. But they're mad for nothing, but they're mad because he did what he did. And it was his biggest story that he'd been waiting for 10 years. And he capitalized on it. And not only did he capitalize on it, his audience grew in abundance, right? And not just that, his new audience who didn't know him at first, which was me, we got to see how great he was and when he do his work. That's the difference. "34 Fairview" to these people now is like a bird in the sky, and it's disgusting, right? Because that's what this community, this tribe was built on, right? 34 Fairview. That's what this was built on. Finding out how they were trying to frame this woman. Seeing how they did the GOAT. Seeing how this woman was vindicated. And how the GOAT is going to be vindicated. And he's still, and both of them still going through what they're going through. This just showed me they never cared about John O'Keefe. They never did. They never did. And it's really a damn shame, right? Because this is like one of the highest members in society, the good policeman, right? Because they risk their life every day putting in work patrolling these streets to make sure we are safe. Without the police, this will be like the wild, wild west. And we heard, John O'Keefe was a good officer, right? Like whoop-de-whoop. He wasn't married. They say like the women, okay, whatever. But that's not what matters. What matters is he was killed. That's what matters. And these people don't even care about that, right? They hate built in so much for the GOAT for no reason, but they're bitter, jealous, envy, and mad they ain't him. They just look the other way on going hard to see who did it. I remember we found out the news, the little lesbian girl, I forgot, was she trying to hit on, she was trying to hit on somebody whose brother was out there, right? Can't think of her name. Remember she said, this new information and saying she walked out and seen a black Blob. Oh, Jennifer McKay. Oh, it's a butt dial. I butt dial all the time. Shut up, bitch. Shut up. Brian, the punk bitch ass cop, you know, like this dude credentials is that he have being that is up there. Dude, you that old, your little beanie weenie ain't moving like it used to. Right? And even if you did, the light shining on the house right there, he didn't get up. But they don't want that to be what's going on. They want to overlook real killers and go after a dude who brought the truth to the light that helped free an innocent woman. Yeah, Julie Nagel. Who did she hit on, Martha Dog? We find out. Oh, she hit on Karen? I'm not sure. But she was trying to hit on somebody. She wanted to lick her tongue out that night, didn't she? But this just show you the hatred for a guy who doing the right thing, right? Who did the right thing. And been doing the right thing for corruption to walk it down. And walk down the biggest story of his life. And I get and I know I heard the ghost say he don't know if he's gonna get another story bigger than this. He will. Because you gotta understand, it's just like in fighting, right? In boxing, I'm using it as an example. Once you win that championship belt, they always say you get 30% better, right? And make you work harder, train harder, that make you focused in everything. And the goal is the champ. So he worked hard that long to get his championship belt. That didn't do nothing but increase, right? His ability. So he's gonna get, in my opinion, more cases. He's gonna break bigger than this. Because when you work your way for that long, because in cases it take years to become a champion. And when I say years, you have to go through the amateur system, right? Then you got to go through the pros. You have to build yourself up to put yourself in position. Then when the fight is done, you have to execute. And that's what he did. You know, these people are worthless, right? They defeated. You know, they ran out of ammo They tank is on empty, right? They musty, they funky. They ain't took baths in months. The odor will wake somebody who's unconscious up if they step around them. All right? Because they tried to say that was something. That wasn't a fucking thing. And they are defeated. Right? Defeated. They have no angles. They just talking now. They've been talking, right? But this right here, show me it's over. Because to think that this was shock value, the sickness they have of that BDS is out of control. See, the GOAT had 16,000, he had 6,000 people watching him Sunday night. I was one of them. Over 6,000, right? Over 6,000. Ooh, that hurt. That hurt, don't it? To the people who try to do everything. And now they got a shit face. They peons, right? They done. They clip is empty. And for them to put that bullshit out and not and try to make it a big deal when a killer is still on the loose. And then you got other people over there who were so down for the program. Now they saying, oh, she did it. Shut the fuck up. That shit means nothing no more. Because the case is over. Where's the justice for John O'Keefe? You heard people say how they was locked in on it, but now they locked in on the non-story and just trying to go at a guy and a GOAT because they envious and jealous. But every time y'all say his name, it getting popular and popular. It bring more eyes and more attention to his cause because, see, things y'all say about him, right? That's going to make the curious, I wonder, is it true what they're saying about this guy? Then guess what? They go listen to this guy and they see y'all was fucking lying. So just tap out. Just tap out. Right, just tap out. I mean, my gosh. Just tap out. Because that video is embarrassing for you people who thought y'all had y'all a gotcha moment. Yeah, Mad Max style. Just walk away. I'm with you, pretty cookie. That was embarrassing. That y'all thought y'all had a gotcha moment. That's embarrassing for you roaches, insects. You motherfuckers who got the TBDS sickness. That was embarrassing. That took the cake with me, because I was like, what the fuck is this? And I'm thinking, any sensible motherfucker, right, can look at this shit and see that these bitches are retarded. Retarded. Because these bitches is trying to make nothing out of something, and they know when they say this guy name, right? You know, it's the thing to do. That's when you bring out all the other insects and roaches, you know, and they follow the crumbs and they all just start talking, but it's nothing though, right? Because it's a difference when you speaking the truth and you trying to accumulate bullshit. Parasites, exactly. They parasites, exactly, pretty cool. Parasites. And anybody can see that you roaches was trying to accumulate nothing. And that is some parasite type shit, right? Like some what were you thinking type shit. Like you need to go get you know, shocked and brought back to life type shit. Cause you gotta be outer space. I mean, dude. You got to be outer space. You got to be so lost, right? That your mind is just in a place that's TBDS sickness. And that's what we see. it's disturbing too, right? Just other false shit, right? And it's also disturbing too, right? The girl's a public figure, so you know, when you're a public figure, you're gonna get talked about. So I get it. But it's disturbing when you see these people, right? And you in any person, you know, who has their right mind can see the narrative and the bullshit, right? That these insects, right? Parasites, these cockroaches are saying, and if you can't see that is retarded talk, then you are a stupid fool. The doubling again and again. I don't understand why. Yeah, me either. But I do understand why. Because they worthless and they miserable. They worthless and they miserable. Right? That's it. They worthless and they miserable, and life has just slapped them down in the face. Right? Life has just slapped them down in the face. Right? And like you say, misery loves company. But see, they actors though, right? They actors. And the shenanigans is just no more shenanigans you could give after they do that. Right? They buried themselves. Right? Which everything they do, they bury themselves. But this is what y'all had that they thought was a big moment. That's what's so surprising. That's what's so surprising. And instead of respecting, praising the GOAT, understanding what he did and everything he did, they don't. Because they know in their heart that what he did was right. But they hatred won't let them say the words out their mouth. Or even if they do say it, they try to throw some bullshit with it. Right? That's why I say, people have to understand, a lot of people cheered and did their part, but the GOAT is the one who did the work. Alan Jackson them didn't make this bigger. And respect Alan Jackson, but he was on there begging them down there to go look at this case. And it had been for months. GOAT is the one who brought in this case. The GOAT is the one who did his investigative work, right? With finding Lucky. Shout out to Misty, like she said, even if Turtle never said another word about any of them, he still wouldn't shut up and leave him alone. No, they won't, but see, it just makes them look stupid and more stupid, right? And now, since I know they defeated, right? Now it just gives me and all of us content to laugh and show how dumb they are, right? And just like Pretty Cool said, sunlight is the best disinfectant, and the GOATs all sunshine. Boy, talk that shit, Pretty Cool, right? Because now everything they do going forward is laughable, right? I mean, it's laughable, right? They gas tank is on empty. They have nothing. They are defeated. But their pride and their ego won't have them tap out and throw up the white flag. And don't stop, leave it alone. They won't do that. Because they are fucked up individuals. But see, fucked up individuals can't fuck with people who thoroughbreds, right? And the GOAT definitely a thoroughbred, clear cut, no debate. And he showed that. He showed that. You know how scary that is? Being in the situation he in and was in. You know how scary that is? What's scary is a mindset. He raised a Ramon clothesline that shit and still doing it. And we all got the FU fingers up to the bitches out there who ain't with it. So yeah, I see they defeated. Now they defeated. I mean defeated. And what they don't want is for Karen Reed and Aiden Kearney to make that magic after the fact. Right? I don't know their situation. But I know with this silver they're going through, right? They're gonna see each other, right? And it's a chance, real possibility that we can see them do great things and make magic happen. Not only with the documentary, interviews and doing stuff, the wheel, but all that other stuff, right? Because the GOAT showed he could do it by himself. Clear cut, no debate. But with them two together, man, and they don't want that. They don't want the man who went out there and risked his life to this day, put everything on the line. To this day, and freed that woman and Carrie Reed. They don't want to see them two make magic. Right. But guess what though? I think it's gonna happen. I truly do, and that's what they scared of. And I think that's why you see them people who saying, "Oh, she was so innocent," saying she guilty. They can smell it. Phil Collins, how this shit? Phil Collins about to say, shit, they can feel it. Phil Collins said it best. He said it best, right? In the earth tonight. Right? Phil Collins said it best. Boy, it's one of my favorite songs, no cap, y'all. He said it best. Come on, man. And they know it. They know it too. Man, they know it too. They know it too. It's in the earth. They know it. They scared of that too. But it's gonna happen. You can understand after the case was over. Coming in the air tonight. Oh Lord. And I've been waiting for this moment for all my life. And the GOAT was telling us that when he said he was waiting for a big story, conquer that. Everybody go through shit. But with what they went through together, it's different. That can be fixed. That can be fixed. And they scared shitless of that. I promise y'all. They are having nightmares. It makes you wonder how far they really take something because they just don't quit. They watch every moves he makes. I'm just wondering what they're capable of when he doesn't go to jail. It might push them over the edge when he wins his cases and don't go to jail. Ray, are you calm? Yeah, I would. No, I was just put my I was rubbing my head because I know I'm getting my waves real deep. I'm telling y'all like this, Misty Lane, who are you changing your names? Who are you? But now, man, Turtle Boy, man, you gotta understand. Like, shit like this is history what he did. Oh, yeah, evidence pen. Okay, yeah, what's about? Yeah, protect the house and the gold at all costs. But his hard work and dedication, he been for tough, right? He been for tough, right? Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. But Misty, thank you very much. I just be a lot of names like that. Like I do remember that name. But like like I say, he broke the wall that is still going at it, right? Because this ain't over. I'm telling you, bro. It's a story he don't play. And you gotta understand, this ain't, didn't get lucky. Mother. She mother ever say this was lucky. No, he put in the work to get this. He made everybody pay attention to this. I mean, they say the truth hurt. No, the truth is a breath of fresh air. Because it's the truth. You know, and the truth is, you know, to these insects and roaches, the truth is like a big pill, and it's hard to swallow. Beautiful, Jordan. But that's okay. Because he built different, child. Yeah, the truth will set you free. He built different. And we support it. And this support is growing and growing and growing. He mean this shit. He determined. He determined. And boy, this system, he done took down from Proctor to Bukaki to Tully, you know, to who I thought should have won the thing last year, the Madness thing, Diva girl. I thought that was my pick. She should have won to me, because I think with her coming in, her testimony, I just thought, in the way she acted, but that was just me. But I understand though. But Ratchet Madness, yeah, Ratchet Madness. Yeah. Nah, for real, thank you, Pretty Cookie, for turning up in there today. And yeah, so he keep growing and growing and growing. You know, the hate, you know, is the hate, and you know, he got millions of people who support him all around the world. And it's getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And y'all stuck. I get it. Y'all stuck. Shouldn't be hateful. Keep working. Keep going hard. But you refuse to do that no matter what. You goofies refuse to do that. because y'all stuck on stupid. To the moon and beyond. Right? Stuck on stupid to the moon and beyond, and guess what? You just look stupid every day, getting slapped around like you parasites or out of there. Y'all have nothing. They took the cake. And y'all putting up that bullshit ass video. Well, thank y'all. Because this is something y'all can never run away from. Putting this out, this is embarrassing. This is embarrassing. Like, what the hell was any of you stupid fools thinking? For you dickheads to think y'all had a gotcha moment. Oh my God. But hey, the GOAT ain't stopping. Y'all can't stop him. Y'all in done lost the battle, right? And y'all not welcome here no more. Fuck y'all. Fuck y'all. And it's funny now, looking at all you dipshits. And you know what's crazy? I remember watching the episode, it was a couple of weeks ago or something on the GOAT. When you know, this how cold he didn't even know he wasn't monetizing. So think about all the money he missed. But he was going hard every day. He was getting money after the fact. But think of the money he was missing when it wasn't monetizing while the video was going. Think about that, y'all. Think about that. Think about that. And now he getting all this money now. So when you motherfuckers on here talking about his turtle chats and people supporting him, yeah, they were supporting him because he wasn't even monetized until after the fact, and he lost a lot of money. Talk about that, bitches. Talk about that. Crickets? Yeah, we know. Y'all ain't gonna talk about that. Y'all won't talk about his turtle chats, but the ghosts do big views. And he lost a lot of money not monetizing all of them. You know why he was doing his stuff. He monetized after the fact, and he was getting big views on it after that, but still though. And he was still going hard, and y'all couldn't fuck with him on his worst day. On his worst day. But congratulations to y'all for being the stupidest, fucking goofy, retarded motherfuckers in the world to put out that dumbass shit. All right? Oh, y'all some fools and y'all some idiots, and y'all are defeated. Y'all defeated. Y'all have nowhere else to go. Nowhere. Y'all just reaching for Earl now and hoping something in the Earl. You bitches look stupid right now. But hey, keep making yourself look stupid, bitches. Because what y'all put out, that took the cake. Y'all defeated now. So keep on talking. Because now, I know y'all defeated, right? Now, we're going to show y'all how them angles go now, because I know y'all don't got nothing. Y'all have nothing. You motherfuckers is lost, just going around in circles like the fucking Tasmanian devil. And I love it. It feel good to see you bitches scramble and come up with nothing. Butterface ass bitches. But man, I shout out to everybody out here, man. I love y'all to death, man. Y'all the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. I see y'all soon.
I'm the champion, feel the rush, the crowd goes wild.
Obviously, obviously, yeah, obviously. Obviously, yeah, obviously. Tell them, obviously, I know these niggas don't want me to win, but I'm sorry, G. I know they thought I wouldn't come back and pose on them hoes, but nigga, it's time to eat. I got a vendetta. Any one of you niggas, I been better. Got them gritting they teeth without gritting at them. Took a second away from the table, it's time to feast. Heard they was mumbling, talking up under their breath. That nigga a hoe, he soft. That nigga lame. That nigga bitch, he puss. I stood on business, that's law. I had them running that boots and tucking they tail and scared to put me on a song. I had them cuffing they bitch and thinking I hit. Shit, what you on? Couple years off, and I'm back in this motherfucker, nigga. Do somebody, then fuck your recognition. You don't like I'm spitting, nigga, better shoot somebody. The game and full of clowns, I don't believe you sucker niggas. Better leave me be, okay? Niggas better watch their speech, okay? You better than me, no way, Jose. I could be cutthroat and I'm all out, but I let them get paid for a minute. Let them look gang for a minute, but really they hate cause I never look lame for an image. Never be fake, I'm a realist, I'm solid. I went out and got it, I promise I'm with it. Want me to switch up and get soft on so you can make it, I promise I get it. I know some secrets I never tell, but most of you rap niggas got bitch ways. Quick to tell on you, get jammed down, couldn't sit down 5-6 days. Put him and him in a crossway, but a gang member on display. That's the same nigga with an AK on the block yelling out gunplay. That's the same nigga with a trap house and he been through it so he no pain. Look in the face of a realer, lost come questioning me on no names. Bitch, I really come from the trenches. Kathleen crashed out like road rage. Be done snapped that and got life in the pen cause most of you niggas got hoe ways. Man. See, most of these niggas got whole way. A lot of these niggas be out here faking and fucking on these motherfucking tracks, talking that gangster shit. You too young to be done been through something, young nigga. You too young to be done been through something, nigga. Don't tell me about what you done been through, nigga. You ain't never stood over nothing. Nigga, you don't have nightmares at night, nigga. This shit sound good on the track. Now you got the other niggas out here crashing out because they think you been through it and you they favorite rapper. Sit down somewhere, nigga. That shit lame as fuck, boy. You nigga really done piss me off. See, I see you nigga really done piss me off. See, I won't fuck with none of you pussy ass rap niggas. Fuck you nigga. You niggas see me all the time, nigga. Hit me in my mouth, nigga.